I've been to several doctors, I've done the testing I believe needs to be done, and it's just not getting me the answers I need. I mean, I feel like my hormone levels are all out of whack.
Well, I really feel for Michelle, and she probably feels like she's the only one dealing with it, but it's almost an epidemic at this point. And it's just one basic hormone imbalance that just kind of gets slid under the rug, and doctors don't always see it.
That was one of our staff members, Michelle, who came to us a few months ago hoping to figure out the cause of her recent health issues. So we sent her to endocrinologist, Dr. Eva Cwynar.
Hi, nice to meet you,
Hi,
Michelle.
it's nice to meet
Dr. Cwynar. What Michelle is going through is so prevalent in our society today, and there are always answers. Today, we're getting her blood, urine, saliva, we're getting her stool.
I take birth control continuously to keep my hormones steady, and then the Lexapro.
So despite being on these meds, you're having the headache. Both could also be a source of inability to lose weight. And I looked through your diet, and it is great, but with one consistent malfunction. Every single day, there's soy in your diet. I'm going to do some vitals, feel your neck, and do something called a BIA. A BIA is a body impedance analyzer. It's going to tell me approximately how many calories you're eating in a day. It's going to tell me how much of your weight is muscle versus fat, and most of us hope that it's our thyroid that creates this abnormal weight gain, but what I actually find is an adrenal dysfunction. So we're gonna do the DNA analysis right now. I'm checking her saliva for her adrenal gland. We can actually see what modality of exercise is best for your body. It hasn't been working for you, so we should take a look at your genetics, okay? That will tell us what type of diet you should be on. 3 weeks, we're gonna have our answer.
Michelle joins us with Dr. Cwynar. Welcome to you both. And I have to confess that I work with Michelle each and every day, and she helps me do my job. And it's so interesting that you're here on stage, because typically Michelle's running teleprompter, and now I don't have any.
And we can't even do our jobs without you, so it's interesting that you're the patient.
But you did do a thorough examination with Michelle. What did you find?
Well, what was interesting with Michelle is your metabolism got thrown off. I mean, we did your adrenal glands, that spiked the adrenal glands. I mean, you've got your immunity going on.
Was her cortisol or the stress hormone elevated?
Very high, in the morning especially. I mean, over the top high. And then it just plummeted. So you're wreaking havoc inside. Her metabolism.
So cortisol, you were finding her cortisol levels, which are a chronic stress hormone, were more elevated than you would have expected. What do you advise for someone when it comes to improving what we can call, could we call it chronic fatigue? Because, you know, so many people are suffering from chronic fatigue, particularly women.
That's right.
And, you know, and there are a lot of different causes. You have to rule out the medical ones, but there's also other things that cause chronic fatigue, you know,
diet,
depression, anemia. You can rule out anemia, but walk us through some things that not only Michelle can do, but anyone watching out there who's feeling fatigued all the time.
Well, I'll give you a few of them because I did just write a book called The Fatigue Solution, which I'm giving to everyone in the audience.
All right. Fatigue Solution, very good. Increase your energy in these 8 easy steps. So what are the
easy steps? Well, I think that a lot of people are misled by what they're doing. I mean, I get the person who comes in and they eat that great breakfast and it's oatmeal in the morning. Well, oatmeal is a carbohydrate. And if you're looking at following the rhythm of your adrenal gland, that's going to bottom you out. I mean, you're doing insulin spikes, cortisol spikes, so you have to really stay away from a sugar in the morning. And oatmeal, although it's a good grain, is still a sugar.
Sure,
it is a
absolutely.
Sugar. It's as important to keep away from certain things like artificial sweeteners. When you're talking about sleep, even having a light on in your bedroom, even though your eyes are closed, that still disrupts that adrenal gland.
And you know what's interesting is when you're not sleeping well, leptin, which is a hormone that helps us to feel full, and ghrelin, which is one that makes us feel hungry, you know, those also get thrown out of whack. And when you're not sleeping well at night, that's going to be another thing that's actually causing your body to store extra pounds. And what's amazing is once you start making simple changes, assuming people out there have had a full evaluation, you figure out what works for you, and one small step leads to another step. And Michelle, we're gonna keep following your story
Yeah.
because we want you feeling great.